Aries. Now in case of Aries ascendant, Venus will move in your first house. It's your second lord, it's your seventh lord. And when it moves in the first house, it kind of creates a bold appearance. Aries is a zodiac sign that is ruled by Mars, and naturally this can create a feeling of jealousy. So you need to be very careful towards such kind of feeling, so that you should not do something that you will regret later on. You should not also exhibit a behavior which can make others uncomfortable. Although this is very minor effect, not something that will trouble your day-to-day life, but it can do trouble your peaceful time, because you might scroll on Instagram, you might try to compare yourself with others and realize that you are not in your true potential. And suddenly, for people who have weak moon, this may be a trigger for depression and other anxiety related issues. Otherwise, Venus in the first house is actually very good. You will love to spend on yourself, you will love to buy clothes for yourself, you will love to groom, you will love to exhibit that bold personality, and people will also love your appearance and your personality, your presence. It will create a lot of positive vibe. And if you want to travel, if you want to buy some car, if you want to groom yourself, if you want to increase your soft skill, this is the time. Plus, seventh lord being in the first house, grooming related business, clothing related business, and business which is related to comforts of life will boom while Venus is in the first house. And as far the remedy is concerned, doing Shukra Puja or chanting Shukra Bij Mantra is actually a very, very good remedy in this particular case. And because second lord is in the first house, it also shows that you will also be having a cordial relation with your family members, and you will spend good quality time. It's more like a happy transit. Taurus. In case of Taurus, Venus transit will happen in your 12th house. Whenever your first lord goes in the 12th house, it shows expenses. After all, Venus is the ruler of your first and 6th house. 6th lord going in the 12th house is also a Viparit Raj Yoga. But it does show that you are feeling little isolated. You may be in your own world, you may be in your own domain, and you want to work in isolation, and sometimes loneliness actually gives you moments of pleasure, moments of peace. Health-wise, when 6th lord goes in the 12th house, this creates health-related expenses. Venus connects your mind with your lifestyle. If Venus is bad or affected by Rahu, your lifestyle can become very complicated, something that you would not want to, not sattvic in nature. So if you are living a bad lifestyle, if there is a work-life imbalance, if you are having cholesterol issue, blood pressure issue, blood sugar issues, then you need to be very, very careful during this time. Your ascendant lord going in the 12th house also shows that you can migrate to another land, overseas, move to a different country, move to a different job. So if you want to create that shift, that motion, where people favor you, but outside your current space, outside your comfort zone, well, this is the time. This can create a sudden bold movement. Say for example, some who are Taurus ascendant or moon sign may suddenly resign or suddenly move to a new sphere of life. This sudden movement can be very positive. Now, understand that Jupiter is in the second house. It gives you that financial strength. So there is something that is motivating you. The motivation factor needs to be scrutinized and studied. If it is stable, good for you. But if it is an unstable decision, then 12th house represents losses. In this case, donation of white food items, donation of sweets is a very good remedy, and praying to Ma Bhagavati and Mata Tripur Sundari can also act as a good remedy. Gemini. Now in case of Gemini, you understand that Venus energy is connected with your 12th house. Venus energy is connected with your 5th house, and this 12th and 5th house energy is quite complicated. 5th house is romance, 12th house is letting go. 12th house is the act of giving, 5th house is act of retaining. Now in both cases, this shows both sacrifice and enjoyment. Kind of it strikes the balance, kind of also serves the duality of Gemini. And what you have to do is that when this Venus goes in Aries, it converts your losses to your gains. 12th Lord is Bhavat Bhavam, 12 houses away, and Mars is in your second house. And when Venus moves, and soon Mars moves away from the second to the third house, which is Leo, this gives you a strong desire. You have to ensure that this desire should not be tamasic, because an 11th Venus and a third Mars along with Ketu can be a deadly cocktail of you taking random hasty decisions, especially related to personal life, especially related to love and marriage, the romantic affairs of everything, and this can collapse everything. This can create a strong desire where you would want to achieve things faster than a normal rate, and this can be very bad for you. You can lose friends. You may end up trying harder for friends or for events which are far-fetched, but ignoring something that is at one arm distance. Now, keeping your close friends closer and connecting with friends or creating establishments, creating associations which are more associates rather than friends, both are important. But you might have a war with your neighbors. You might go into, you might shift away from people who are closer to you than the people who promise a lot. So don't fall for promises, rather than stick to reality. Cancer Ascendant. In case of Cancer Ascendant, Venus is going to move in your 10th house. A 10th house Aries Venus is all good about your career. After all, it's your 11th Lord in the 10th house. And now the gains are now connected to your hard work. So the more you work harder, the more you pitch yourself, the more polished you sound, the more polished you work, the more finesse you bring in your work, well, that much fire will be reflected in your work and you will become successful. It's a great time for people who are working in media industry. It's a great time for someone who is working in, anything that is related to films, artwork, music. Even this is a great time for automobile industry. So if you are connected to the automobile sector, well, I will say this is a kind of a career boost for you. Venus aspects your 4th house. And when Venus aspects your 4th, it aspects its own house. When Venus is seeing its own house, it brings in the comfort. That means you are not only recognized in your work, at your workplace, but you're also very happy from within. So it's a pleasing, happy transit. Definitely 4th Lord in 10th house shows that you are at your comfort zone. You are working at place. Say for example, you want a job in a certain company and you want to target that. That can happen when Venus is in the 10th house. Overall, a 10th house Venus is responsible for great success in career, and also it brings positive health and positive connection with your parents, with your mother and father. Leo. Now in case of Leo Ascendant and Leo Moon sign, Venus rules your 10th house. Venus rules your 3rd house. Now when one zodiac rules both 3rd and 10th, it rules your karma. It rules your efforts, initiatives. 3rd house is hand, 10th house is something where you can stand on. The platform, the core strength of your horoscope lies in these 2 houses. So when these 2 houses or the planet related to these 2 houses goes in a positive state, the outcome is tremendously positive. When 3rd and 10th Lord Venus moves in the 9th house, it is definitely going to be acting very positively. It can be a time of Bhagyadeipika. It can be a time where your energies show true strength, your true talent now comes into picture. So people will not only recognize your talent, but you will also prove a lot during this time. Just one thing, Venus is Daitya Guru Shukracharya. 9th house is Dharma and something ruled by Brihaspati, Jupiter. And Mars will be either debilitated or with Ketu. This Venus can also provoke you through jealousy and the vanity and other sins to push you into the path of negative culture, negative energy, negative emotion. What do you have to do? You should focus more on trying to following the path which is good for humanity, good for yourself, good for people around you, something that is to be done for higher purpose, higher positive energy. Lot of gratitude at this point of time, sound healing. crystal healing, past life karma corrections can happen when Venus is in the 9th house in the Aries zodiac sign. And when Venus is moving across Bharani, this is the time when the occult energies will support you. So Tantra Sadhana can also work positively. If you want to start a Devi mantra chanting, if you want to take a Diksha with a Guru, well, Venus in the 9th house will help you. Overall, this can be a very creative expression and an expression that the entire world will understand. If you want to do some higher education in fine arts, in music, in art and craft, in interior designing, in something that is more decorative and brings positive face on something such as UI and UX in the coding, this can be the time to initiate. Virgo. Now in case of Virgo, Venus rules your 2nd and 9th house. What is 2nd house? Finances, security. What is 9th house? Your belief system, dharma, the right guidance. And when such Venus moves into your 8th house, this can be a tremendous shift in your life, in your lifestyle, in your belief system. Some events in your family can shake you a bit, can be spontaneous. You are not ready for that. But handling those events can change your destiny. Handling those events can change your bhagya. 8th house is also the house of your life partner. So you can work with your life partner to start a business. This can bring new partnership, new associations and new investments. A very good time for young entrepreneurs. If you want to associate with your in-laws family and if you want to work with your life partner, Venus in 8th house will give you that opportunity. But on the other hand, Venus in Bharani in 8th house is pure occult. So if you want to do Tantra, if you want to focus on the occult side, if you are an astrologer, numerologist, if you want to start such kind of business or if you want to launch new products, well, you are here. Venus is here in the 8th house and so this energy will feed positive. When those ideas are executed, well, 8th house will produce remarkably positive results. Don't always think that 8th house planets are negative. Just that Venus in 8th house can make you long for love and this can be a little bad for your personal life.